Hello, this video is not AI. I'm just gonna say this is just about something that I find common sense that just I think is true. You can definitely raise your IQ. You can absolutely raise your IQ. I mean, like, I'm not sure about anything, but like, IQ is something that I'm pretty sure you can raise. Because I don't know exactly what IQ is. Apparently it's like about the way you think about a problem or something. And it's just like you can obviously raise your IQ. So I don't even want to get into it. I don't even know what IQ really is. But it's just obvious to me that you could raise your IQ, okay? Because apparently it's like not they give you it's an IQ test is where they give you different levels of different types of problems, and it's not even about how much you know about the types of problems. It's about like how you it's about how you overlook the problems that decides your IQ or whatever, or like how fast you can, because how fast you can solve the specific key to the puzzle of each problem. Ooh, that's my IQ showing. I'm just getting the right words and the right sentences. I don't know if that's what IQ is. But you could absolutely solve either your speed at which you find the right. I'm not sure if that's what IQ is, but you can absolutely train the way you the I got earplugs in my ears also, so I might be talking a little bit weird. You can absolutely train the speed at which you acquire or come up with the right solutions to that specific type of problem, or you can also train to find I don't know what you can train your IQ, okay? And you can also train yourself to come up with ideas faster or to make connections faster. I think it's like a specific type of thing. I looked it up with AI, okay, but I looked this next part up with AI, but like, basically, I looked up with AI like a couple months ago. It was like, what is the specific term called for like connecting ideas? Specifically, like when you, because I think this is a great part of. I think this is like my favorite part of how I think, or whatever, is like how just coming like how your brain makes like when you come up with creative things or just imagine things, how your brain picks up on, or like I look at I look at this bag right here, and then I think of chips, and then I think of yellow, and then I think of a taxi. That's that type of thing. How your brain sees one thing or interacts with one thing, and then spouts off with different connections of ideas, like different. I think that's sort of what IQ sort of is, but you can also what I'm trying to say is you can train. It just seems logical to me because I like to be a logical person. I like to be logical. You can train your brain to come up with more solutions, or more different ideas and different connections to whatever you're looking at or whatever you want to solve or whatever you're focusing on. You can train more ideas and more solutions and more, connections. You can train that to make more of those faster as well. So it just seems like IQ is obviously something you could train. So let's get all that bullshit out of here. And this is probably something that everybody or so many people already understand. But the thing is, we're just on this fucking algorithms and we're on this YouTube, and it's just like normal. It's just like common. Like everybody says online and like YouTube videos or whatever that, oh yeah, AI is like, or I mean, fucking IQ is like something that we don't really know. It's like there's like no real evidence that like it can be trained, but like, we're not know for sure. Obviously it can be trained. It can be fucking trained, and you can raise your IQ. I want to raise my IQ, but that's another thing. I wrote down in like a goals list that I have that I want to raise my IQ by a lot. And I want to do that because I want to make sure that it is actually doable, because I'm like very sure it is actually doable, and I want to actually like expose this nonsense that IQ is not trainable. It's like, but also the thing that I actually was like kind of what I was talking about, how I make connections and how I come up with things. This is something I also think about. IQ seems weird. Like there's like such, there's such a big thing. IQ is just such a big thing that is like talked about a lot. It just seems like some Illuminati bullshit. It seems like whatever IQ is, I don't even know what it is, but it gets talked about so much. And it's like at this like it's like at that wave, it's like at this like plane of like Illuminati speak, Illuminati IQ. That's like something that is just it's just so Illuminati. It's so like there's things programmed into us. I'm not talking about IQ or not, I'm talking about, but there's things programmed. How is this video already 6 minutes long? There's things programmed into the common population that like even though I think most of us have feelings and have thoughts like, oh yeah, IQ, I'm not sure what that is, but it seems like it's trainable. That just makes sense to me. But they're at this plane, this ocean of just common people speech and common people conversations, and like conversations like small talk, all in this down here. And what is really allowed, what is cringe, what is not, what is shame, what is not socially acceptable, and like what is normally in like YouTube video essays, what is normally in YouTube, this type of content and this type of content, what is in Wikipedia, and it's just like it's just so fucking fake. And it's IQ comes up a lot in all this stuff, and it's just like, stop. Like, why is IQ talked about so much, and why is it given so much of a fucking, why is it so big? Like, what is, like, this shit is, it's gotta be some Illuminati type shit. So that's why I'm like, I don't even know if anyways, that whole thing of what I'm saying is, I don't even know if I want to raise my IQ, because what if that's actually a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? What if getting a higher IQ is actually, what if the lower IQ is actually the better? Because the Illuminati is hyping up IQ so much that I'm like, maybe I don't want to get a higher IQ. So I like, anyway, so that's a video, but the video is about how I just wanted to make a video about how IQ is almost definitely trainable, in my opinion, and you can definitely change. You can definitely raise your IQ, lower your IQ, whatever the fuck IQ is. And yeah, they want to say it's like, it's some freaking, and I'm imagining Jordan Peterson saying this, and I'm imagining Jordan Peterson talking about IQ. Yeah, it's like some fucking, it's not trainable because, it's not, because it's not how about you think about this specific problem. It's actually about like the hardwire, how you're coded, and it's about how you think about the world, and it's like your specific perspective, or how you specifically think about all problems rather than each specific problem. And it's like, but you can also train how you think about everything. So it's like, what the like, I don't. This video is just me. I wanted to say that. But there's things which we all, when we look at the medias and we look at people talking, we're like, okay, when we look at people talking, we look at media, and we just have the feeling like, when we have people speaking to us, and we're reading things, and it's like, this is just weird. This is fishy. This just doesn't seem real. And IQ is one of these things. That seems fishy, seems fucking fake, and especially the idea that you can't raise your IQ or lower your IQ. That seems fake as fuck and retarded. And very Illuminati. So, that's... And it's something else that I want to say is global warming. Well, actually, no, this is something else that I want to say. Okay, anyways, something that I want to... Okay, anyways, something that I want to say is fossil fuels, gas, that seems really freaking suspect to me. I just saw a video by Joey the Gypsy. He was talking about his theory for how he thinks, gas and fossil fuels and what is it? I forgot what, oil, how that's fake, and how, well, the story of it is fake. He says like it's a natural resource. That's like the earth is, it's like basically an unlimited resource oil is, rather than just like, but let's just think about what fossil fuels and oil is actually. Matter of fact, let's look this up. Let's look this up. I'm gonna open my Chromebook. Oh, so I want to say something. Actually, I don't know if I want to admit this, because if I admit this, then if I get cancer or something, then, because if the Illuminati gives me cancer, then this is going to be like a piece of evidence that it's like more natural rather than just the Illuminati giving me cancer. You know what I'm saying? If they try to do a hit on me or something. But I got a bunch of this furniture that I got for soundproofing, because I'm still soundproofing my room, which I want to get done with today. A lot of this furniture is actually from a house that is filled with asbestos. Apparently they had an asbestos leak from the ceiling. It's like a couple of old people, and they had an asbestos leak from the ceiling, and the house also had lead paint, which is, I guess, poisonous. Which I heard a theory that lead paint is actually not poisonous, and the reason that they want to get rid of lead paint in houses is because they block 5G towers and Wi-Fi signals and all that. So the Illuminati are like, shit, these lead paint that they put on the houses, that's actually protecting them from our Wi-Fi signals. Because I am a believer that, I am one of these guys that believe, I am one of these tinfoil hat guys. I might start wearing tinfoil hats or something. I don't know if tinfoil helps with that. But I am a believer that Wi-Fi signals and Bluetooth and 5G and 6G and 4G towers are fucking with us heavily. And frequency, vibration, and energy. Nikola Tesla, I believe that they're using those powers for bad, and they're messing with our brains. And I'm kind of retarded. And but what I mean by that is but I know it's not like my actual intelligence. I know it's not what I actually am, but I get, and I've had it a lot in this video, is like, I just have trouble speaking, and I have trouble thinking clearly, and I get like brain fog, and I mess up on words, and I branch off on things. And I think a lot of it is because of this fucking they're fucking with us with this fucking these frequencies, and I have tendinitis extreme. I have bad tendinitis or whatever, and my freaking mini fridge that I got in my room, it just most of the time it's like it's pulsating like round, like really bad fucking energy, vibration frequencies or whatever through the entire room, and it's like it just hurts my ears. And because I have this fear of it being really bad for me when it's doing the and it's making that sound, it just makes it worse because I'm like, oh fuck, this is fucking literally poisoning me right now. So like, what the fuck, dude? And then on top of that, like, I have this dresser thing nearby, and I think it was touching the dresser thing, and I put my hand on the dresser, and the dresser was literally vibrating because it was either touching this mini fridge or it was close to this mini fridge. It was literally vibrating. That's how strong this sound or the vibration of this fucking energy from this mini fridge is in my room. It was literally vibrating this wood dresser a little bit, and I was like, fuck, man, this must be really fucking with my fucking mind. These motherfucking Illuminati bad globalists, dude. I say these motherfuckers, dude. I don't even remember what the fuck I was doing. Oh yeah, I was getting that fucking thing. And by the way, I call them, I don't know, like, what is a good fucking term to call these motherfuckers? The motherfuckers who really control people, other than like the Illuminati or whatever. Like, what is a good term? And Alex Jones, who I believe Alex Jones got cloned, or body swapped or whatever, something like that. But Alex Jones calls them globalists. Also, my knees popped just now. That wasn't a fart. Although I think earlier in the video, I think I was farting or something. I was farting, or I was like letting out gas out my butt or something, which I think is farting. Or I was having a stomach, or my stomach was rumbling. I just heard it through my earplugs earlier, and I wasn't sure if I was farting or not. But anyways, let me sign into my Chromebook, because I want to talk about fossil fuels and everything. See, that's how I get branched off on things, but it's like, I just don't know. I mean, on one hand, I shouldn't really care. I don't really want to care that much, out of, principle and, goodness or whatever. And I don't want to, out of principle and goodness, I don't want to care about, like, thinking about, like, if someone will like this specific type of way I talk, or a specific type of content, algorithm, will this work on the algorithm or whatever. But it would also feel better if if someone was honest and told me, like, when you rant and go off on tangents and branch off, and then when you bring up one tangent that you want to talk about, but then you go off on another tangent without, like, in the middle of talking about the first tangent, and you didn't finish the first tangent, and then when you go on the second tangent, I like that. See, it's just the way I speak. Anyways, it would feel better if somebody were to tell me that when I go off on tangents like this, that they actually like that. And if they were honest about it, I feel like I'd actually, I don't know, I'd feel better. I feel better about going off on tangents and stuff. Because I don't know if I don't know if I'm legible or, eligible, whatever it's called, eligible, but like, if I don't know if I make sense to people when I talk sometimes, because of the amount of tangents I go on to, and because I am not extremely articulate or whatever. But you know what? This is such a big part. I think the way I speak, the way I think, that me going off on tangents, me not like coming up with the right words, me going like, this is all. I believe that this is all, not all of this, but this is largely due to these fucking frequencies, this tetanitis shit, this fucking mini fridge going round, round, round. These fucking 5G towers. I got a 5G tower by my fucking house. I might get a fucking rocket launcher in the future, blow that fucking 5G tower up near fucking Intercom High School. I might blow that motherfucker up soon. I'm telling you, because this shit is like, and I don't care if I sound like a fucking conspiracy theory fucking little fucking person. These 5G towers are fucking us up, and I'm not even saying I'm not putting it all in the 5G towers. I'm talking about these fucking wirings in the house, and I'm talking about these fucking devices. I'm talking about these fucking street lights. These street lights, I fucking hate these street lights, dude. But not really the street lights for like I'm talking about the electricity specifically right now, like the frequencies. I don't think the street lights really do that much, but like, although it would be good, that would be a good, possibly a good idea for the Illuminati. I might have just given the Illuminati an idea, but they probably already thought about this. That would be a good idea, possibly, if you put, 5G or whatever, whatever is the technology for the bad signals, the mind controlling signals. If you put that technology in the street posts so that they're close to everybody and they're all around everybody, and they're like, there's a lot of them and they're near all of the houses. Illuminati, don't do that, please. Anyways. I got hella sidetracked on this video. When I wanted this video to be more clean cut. I wanted this video to be I just want to talk about something that, the point of this video was, I wanted to say how IQ was trainable, I wanted to say, okay, anyways, this is like part 2 of the IQ conversation, but this time it's about the actual theme of this video. I guess theme is, I'm not sure, but theme of this video is that there's things which is like, we all kind of think is bullshit. We all kind of think is fake, or most of us kind of think like, this isn't right or whatever. But it's like, these things are like in the ocean cesspool plane level of like, where the Illuminati injects their agendas and injects their vocabulary and injects their mind control fucking speeches and whatever. And so we just like, come up and we keep thinking, and we think about this stuff, and like, but this is more so something like that I find strange, and I think I've always found this strange. I'm not sure if I've always found this strange, but the idea that fossil fuels oil, you know, gas, that those are dead dinosaur bones and dead, like ancient animal and dead sea creature material, like what the like dead whale, like dead the you're saying the oil, the gas that is in all of the cars is actually dead whale remains and dead sea urchin remains. Like, I don't know about that one. Okay, so I'm just gonna look up what is oil. What is oil? And let's just, cause what I'm saying is this shit doesn't make sense on like a large, like the baseline. Not so much. I'm not sure about but like it just doesn't ring true. This is the thing. I feel like everybody is a genius. I'm actually just like I'm just coming. I think I want to say this. I think I just came up with this. I think everyone is a genius. That's what I just came up with. I think everybody is a genius because we all have this baseline thing of like that's not, I don't know. We have this baseline thing where we can come up with, where we see things and we're like, I don't know if that's true, but oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. And with shit like fucking IQ, and with shit like the Illuminati, doing this shit like the fucking fossil fuels, they have to like, we all have that baseline logic, which is like, and maybe our baseline logic, maybe some people have different types of levels, different types of whatever of the baseline logic, but it's like, okay, I don't know if our fossil fuels and gas comes from the remains of dead sea life and land life. I'm not sure about that one. Okay, that doesn't ring super true to me. The Illuminati is like, what they have to do, or what they do is they try to, we have this shield of baseline truth. They have to try to find little fucking string together these little words, little spells, little curses of language, and little fucking ways of speaking, and little fucking like little white lies mixed with shit, you know, little fucking piece put together studies, you know, totally unbiased studies or whatever. And they have to try to go around this shield, or like death from a million cuts, this shield, so that we are like, okay, fine, our fucking gas is from our fucking dead dinosaur bones. Okay, fine, fucking okay. I feel like that's how the Illuminati fucking works, dude. And like, I'm just tired of these motherfuckers. I don't, here's the thing. I get full, and I don't spend time with people, okay? I don't spend time with human beings. I'm not close with any human beings in person. I don't talk to any human beings in person very much. And it's like, it's so easy for me, I don't know if it's easy, but I've just been like, fucking hating on people, because it's like, how the fuck are you so fucking retarded, and like, how are you working a 9 to 5, people? But it's like, I feel like everybody, like, what I hope is that human beings are naturally good, and we are inherently good, we are naturally good, and we are like, even though all of us, or most of us, are doing more bad than good, or are being bystanders to the bad, even though we participate in the system and we participate in the bad, and I think that is horrible behavior, so I think that's bad. But even though we're doing that, and we're choosing to be bystanders, and we're choosing not to fight badness, not to do good, so many of us, or all of us, I hope that we all know, or like the people who are not like mentally retarded, or like have a traumatic brain injury or something. Dude, I have like dead skin on my. I hope that we all understand, or all believe, or all know that we are doing bad things. I hope that we aren't, or some of us, or most of us, aren't selfish. And even potentially even more importantly, I hope we aren't pushovers deep down, because everybody is a pushover. I don't care if you're a fucking and the YouTuber Joey the Gypsy is a perfect example of this. And I know I bring him up a lot in my videos. But it's like I stuffed the earplug too far in my ear, or just far in my ear. The YouTuber Joey the Gypsy is a perfect example of this, which is just like the worst type of. I'm not maybe not the worst type of person, but like just like basically someone who understands how bad everything is. Joey the Gypsy. Someone who by the way, he's a YouTuber, he's a content creator who makes YouTube videos, and I like his YouTube videos. And what I'm talking about when I was talking about fossil fuels. Also, I am off on another tangent. When I was talking about fossil fuels, this is where I got the idea from, or like sort of where I got like the main inspiration for this. But so Joey the Gypsy, one of the worst types of people, and I was talking about this in my last YouTube video, I believe, which was me, where I was like almost crying, and I was talking about how like if you're over 20 years old and you haven't devoted yourself towards fighting for good and fighting against bad, or just fighting for good, then you're scum. I was talking about him, and I was talking about this. One of the worst types of people is the people who know that everything is fucking retarded, not even, it's just that everything is so sad, everything is so fucking bleak, and so fucked up, and the society and the earth is so fucked up. And even if you believe that like there is purpose, there is a better, higher purpose beyond all this, and maybe this is all somewhat not as meaningful because it's like a reincarnation. So since there is a reincarnation there, and since this life isn't all there is, that means that it is not as important to like be all in on this life. Even if you believe that, which like I don't fuck with that belief of, or I don't really fuck with that belief of using the belief of reincarnation and the belief of like your soul is training or whatever, using that as a reason to not take life seriously. But even with that, I just don't fuck with it, because you still are you're doing the bad stuff. Anyways, here's my point. You know all of this. And the more you know, the more obligated you are to help. The more obligated you are to. And when I talk about help, when I talk about fighting for good, doing good, I don't mean just like everything's good and everything is awesome and what, I don't just mean the talking on a YouTube video about, being wise and being, saying some truths on a YouTube video like Joey the Gypsy does. Joey the Gypsy does say good things on his YouTube videos, and I like Joey the Gypsy. but I don't like him a lot because what I mean by help is I mean genuinely, and this goes on to something that I really fucking am fucking passionate about, is what I mean by help and what I mean by taking action is genuinely taking action. I mean like physically helping people, or physically doing something to help, or just physically doing things, or mentally doing things with focus and with purpose. I don't I don't like I've because so and what I think I've realized is so much of this spirituality nonsense. I'm not, is that the point is I don't believe I was about to say spirituality nonsense and whatever nonsense, but I don't think it's nonsense. I'm actually more inclined to go like to like and more and more believe this whole spirituality and more and spirituality thing, that that whole thing, whole this is what I'm talking about. The English language is so fucked up, and languages, and also I don't know much of the English language. I haven't really, and society is messed up because so many of us are not passionate to learn new phrases and new words, and English doesn't have that many words as well, so that we can't even like fully describe our fucking, and my fridge is just turned on making that round, but we can't really fucking describe like what we're trying to say. So but that whole spirit, I guess I'm just gonna put spirituality as like the group name of like that whole philosophy, whatever, of like past lives, reincarnation, kind of religion, whatever, I don't know, whatever. But I am more inclined to believe that, and I think that is where, somewhere in that is where the truth is. And that's what makes it so much worse. Because this spirituality nonsense, I don't believe this spirituality nonsense is spirituality nonsense. I believe this is spirituality, some truth in it. And that's what makes this so much worse for me, is because I see people like Joey the Gypsy. I see people like most people in spirituality, most people spirituality content creators, most people astrology, whatever, content creators, most people ritual or occultism or whatever, or religion content creators or whatever, and experts, and whether it be in TV or whether it be in whatever media, they don't do shit with their fucking wisdom. They don't do shit with their knowledge. They don't do shit with any of their fucking, they don't do shit. They're fucking bystanders. They're not part, they speak good. They speak of goodness. They have this knowledge. They have this spirituality. They have this fucking, I believe that some of them have real manifestation skills and real ritual skills, real witchcraft, real magic, real whatever. I believe that real telekinesis, real possible teleportation, real telepathy or whatever, we can read somebody else's minds, real astral projection, real all that stuff. I believe that all that stuff is real. And I mean real, like really, really real. That's what I believe, that there's truth in that. But you have that. You have those privileges and gifts. You have the gift and the privilege of your potential power. And I believe everybody has infinite potential power. But it's like, you have that. Those things are actually like, you have that now. You're in that space. You have these things that you've researched and studied and whatever, and have practiced. You have these rituals. You have this, or you have this knowledge, or you have this, your sources or whatever. You have this knowledge. You have and privilege. And what do you do with it? What the fuck do you do with it? You don't really do shit, Joey the Gypsy. You don't really do shit. I don't believe you really do shit. You talk in your car and you make Patreon videos. And you do some comedy and whatever. And you help people. I believe you probably help people in real life with some things. You fucking horrible person. You should be out organizing. You should be out fucking starting a revolution. You should have started a revolution 1 year ago. You should have fed 100,000 people by now. You should have raised $200 billion for fucking homelessness or whatever. With the information, with the knowledge that you have. And you think you are morally correct because you haven't done shit and because you have a few principles that you like. What the fuck? Anyways, and this like but go to I believe we are all obligated. We're all morally obligated to help, to fight for good, because we are not only because we are by society and by our oppressors, by the bad globalists, by the cult members, or by the fucking Lucifer group soul, or the Galactic Federation, or the devil, or our subconscious, or the archons, or the aliens, or the government, or the parasites, the Jews, or the Vatican people, or the Knights Templar, or whoever the people are that are, really in control. Because I don't think they're in control. I forgot what my point was, but because we're in a, I feel like I should be making my point in seconds, but I don't make my point in seconds. I make my point in minutes. Because we are born into this system, and now we are in this system. We are literally in reality, physically and mentally. But we're in this system right now, where I don't know for what reason. I don't know if it's a good reason or a bad reason or whatever reason. But I'm very sure that we are here right now. I am here right now, and there are probably other people here right now living who are in this system where there is a bad system happening, and we are all actively, physically, mentally, on some levels, participating in this bad system. We are oiling this machine in some way. So that means we are helping this system in some way. Not only are we helping this system, we are, and it's not just that we're helping the system. We are not doing things that go against this system. We aren't doing things that we could. Is it possible that Joey the Gypsy could start an organization that he could possibly practice things? He could possibly start an organization and possibly grow it and possibly have it be about like feeding a certain percentage of the homeless. And is it possible that Joey the Gypsy could start an organization that possibly could help teenagers or help people develop like fighting skills or like military skills or shooting skills? Is it possible that he could possibly do that with the right tools and with the right whatever? It is possible, in my opinion, and that would be infinitely better than what he is doing now. And but I think it's possible for anybody or most people to do that. But my point is, you are in this machine, you're oiling this machine, you're participating in this bad machine, and you're not doing these things. You're making YouTube videos talking bad about this machine that you're oiling right now. And you're not doing even I would consider that a very moderate step, like starting a big organization about helping people getting trained in fighting. I consider that a moderate step. If everybody did that, then I would consider that, that's a good step. But because not many people are understanding that they should be taking action, like action, physical action and mental action towards helping society and not helping the machine and poisoning this bad machine. But because there's so few who are that moral and that I guess selfless, or like, I don't know, I just consider just that respectable to understand that, then the like, that means each person who does understand that is like, they have to do more. So that's why I consider that a moderate step of like starting a big organization or something like that. Anyways, you could be doing that, but instead you make YouTube videos, which is good, but it's like a drop in the bucket of what you could be doing. It's like a freaking grain of sand on the beach of what you could be doing, and it's like a drop in the bucket of what you should be doing, okay? Because, I mean, a drop in the bucket is bigger than the sand, bigger than the sand on the beach, because you could be doing anything. But, I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do I have to say this so much? What I'm saying is, these spirituality people, not even spirituality so much, but like these people who are wise, these wise people, these people who know more, have more abilities, are the worst type of people, one of the worst types of people, because they know more and yet they don't do anything with their knowledge. So they are in a better position, even if they worked hard for the position, even if whatever, but they are in a better position. They are in a more gifted position. They are in a more resources, more knowledge, more tools, more opportunities position than the people who they think they're better than, the people who, most of them probably think they're better than the people who are normal people, the people working the 9-to-5s or whatever, the normal average society people, the NPCs. But at the same time, what do they do to help people that is so much better than the NPCs versus what they could be doing and what they should be doing? Not that much more than what they could be doing and should be doing. So if you gave a random NPC the extreme gift and privilege, even if you worked hard for this with subscribers, even if he had a hard life and his life was so hard because he was homeless and because of whatever the fuck, so you had such a hard life, Joey the Gypsy. I know you keep talking about it, like it was the hardest life ever, even though, like, I guess you don't think about people who, there's the millions and billions of people who have lived so much harder lives than you, and haven't had the resources that you have now. And then maybe everybody has an equal amount of hardness of life, possibly, and everything's fair. Maybe, I'm not sure. But anyways, if you gave his privilege, his extreme privilege of influence and resources and money, and just his channel, if you gave just his channel alone to just a random Joe Schmo on YouTube, if you just gave it just a random Joe Schmo in America or in some place, I think we should do that, because I think if I could control things, I think I would give his channel to a random Joe Schmo on the internet, because even though there's a high likelihood of whoever I give his channel to making, content that is worse than Joey the Gypsy morally, or has less of an impact on people morally, or makes videos about freaking model trains or something, like toy trains, if I gave it to a random Joe Schmo, there's also a chance that I could give it to somebody who believes that they should be using their extreme gift of this channel, of its influence. They should be using that tool to help people, to influence people. There's a chance that I could give it to a random Joe Schmo, and they could be the type of person, or they could have the beliefs that is like, okay, I got this channel now, I really should start helping people. I really should start, using this channel to teach and really to learn, and to maybe I could get people to sign up for some thing, or maybe I could get people to join organizations or something, or maybe I could get people to learn skills or something. There's always a chance that I could give his channel to somebody who would use it better than he is. I think he's not using it very good. And so maybe if I had the choice, maybe I would give his channel to just a random person. And my point of that is, he is failing. He is ultra failing at his duty, his obligation, his job, what should be his mission, which is helping, which is doing help, doing things that would probably help the highest amount of people, or would probably help the highest amount to people, or finding a middle ground of both of those things. That's what he should be doing. That's what his mission should be. His mission is not that currently, or he's confused about his mission, which I understand. But yeah. I don't know. It's like someone like Joey the Gypsy, someone like all these spiritual content creators. I know this video is just me going on rants, and that's what a lot of my videos turn out to be, is just me going on rants. And I know I've ranted about Joey the Gypsy, and I've ranted about what I kind of don't like about Joey the Gypsy, and it's like he's like an example of things that I don't like. So that when I bring up Joey the Gypsy, it's not like I'm like it's not like anything super special about him that I really dislike, even though it is, but it's not something that's what I'm saying, it's not something that's exclusive to him. I just see it a lot in Joey the Gypsy. I'm not sure why exactly. Maybe it's because I've just been watching him a lot. But for some reason, he's been like really something that I he's been someone ever since I found him that's I've thought about a lot. He's like I bought his Patreon, and I've never bought I've never bought a Patreon before. And I don't know when I first started seeing him, but he also inspired me to make YouTube videos. Or like make YouTube videos in my in the car, in my family's car. So that's a reason why I think like 5 months ago or 6 months ago or 4 months ago, I recorded videos in my family's car, because I saw Joey the Gypsy do that, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing! That's an amazing idea. And also he inspired me because, and I was making YouTube videos before I watched Joey the Gypsy, but he inspired me because he was just somebody who was like a lone wolf YouTuber who recorded in his car and didn't have the best camera and didn't have a script. That was my knees popping. And didn't have a script or nothing. And made like homemade type YouTube videos of just him talking. And he inspired me. And I don't know, there's something about him that like hits me for some reason. Maybe it's because he's like an older guy, and I like respect that, or like I don't have a father, so maybe I see him as like a father figure or something like that. I don't know, or maybe just like, but it's not that dramatic. And I'm also insecure when I bring him up. The reason I say that is because I notice I bring him up a lot in my videos, and I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, it feels shameful or like embarrassed about that, because it's like I don't want people, or I don't want Joey the Gypsy, if he sees sees these videos, to be like, to think that I think about him a lot. But yes, there's like a part of me which is like there's a hurt part of me that for some reason doesn't want, for some reason is embarrassed to say, or embarrassed when I bring him up so much in my videos. Because I don't want him, or I don't want people to think that I'm obsessed with him. So I wanted to bring that up. So I should heal that part of myself. But anyways, I'm tired. What am I even thinking about right now? Also, when I pause, and when I say things, I don't really think about anything. Like right now, I'm not really thinking about anything. I'm not really thinking about anything. But then when I say these words, I'm saying things. Okay, I'm just having a mind fuck right now, because what am I like? And I've had this thing in videos before, which I realize what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm going to say next. Where is these words coming from? Where is this thought coming from? Like, okay, now I understand, like, it's sort of like a feeling type thing of like, but I don't have any like thoughts of where these words spawn from, it's just like these words, I want to talk or something, and then these words come out, or these words just like come out through my talking, but I don't have any like really reflection on my words, I guess, or like I don't think about the words I say before I say them a lot of the time, I think. But it's just like maybe it's the way I speak is just like I don't think before I say it too much, or I don't have I don't know. But anyways, what am I saying? This got off on tangents. this video got off on so many tangents that it's like I kind of gave up on it, and that's something that has happened multiple times. And by multiple, I mean at least twice, I think, times in these YouTube videos where I just get off on tangents. But I guess the two things that I was saying on the last whatever tangents, two things I was saying is, number one, Joey the Gypsy and these people who are into this occultism or into this, I don't know what even. And that's the third thing of what I was saying was that this, or what I was thinking was that the English language needs to be upgraded, because like I want to be able to articulate what I'm saying or what I'm thinking. And also the fourth thing that I want to say is that the Illuminati, obviously, or the fourth thing I want to say is just like there's obviously a real reason and a connection as to why I'm having trouble trying to put this whole group of things and whatever into a word or into a phrase. I'm having trouble articulating this specific group of things. There's a reason for that, and the reason is because the Illuminati specifically designed language and designed society and designed whatever to have it so these things are hard to talk about. And when I say these things are hard to categorize or whatever, and what I mean by these things, and what I mean by I'm having trouble thinking about a word or a phrase to describe these things, is these things, I guess what I'm trying to say is these anti-Illuminati things, or like deeper truth things. That's what I guess I mean, or like hidden truth things. But it's not even really hidden truth things, because a lot of it is not real, or not like in reality things. Like, and I'm pretty sure that most people understand what I'm saying already, but I guess I just want to. I sort of think that most people understand what I'm trying to say about this specific thing, but I guess I just want to either put it more specifically, or I don't think that people really understand what I'm trying to say. Hold on, let me try to cut it. Okay, hold on. I just this video might be cutting out a little bit, or like a few times here, because I'm writing things down, but then I keep getting more ideas for things to write down. But so then, and I don't want to have the whole thing, or I don't want to have a big part of the video be like me just writing down stuff without saying stuff. So I press pause on the recording. So, when you record a video, at least when the camera's facing the inward, I guess, or I'm not sure. There's a pause button that you can pause the recording so that it like cuts the video, or it cuts the video. Sure, it doesn't cut the video. It cuts the video, but then the full video is still going to be tracked and saved and viewed by the Illuminati and the government later. It doesn't actually cut the part of the video gone forever. It doesn't erase it completely, only to you. But and I keep having new ideas for things that I want to write down and things that I want to do or whatever. So that's why, it takes a long time for me to write this stuff down. So I don't want the whole video to be just me writing stuff down. But at the same time, I've had it before where I've pause the recording to do something, and then I come back and then the recording shuts off or whatever, or I guess it doesn't, for some reason, if I pause the recording for too long, the entire recording ends if I pause it for too long, I think. So I keep having to come back and then unpause it and then pause it again. So that's why it cuts like sometimes. Anyways, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to press pause on the thing again. And also, I just had the idea, I should cut this video up into what I actually mean. Like, I should edit this video and I should make it like an actual edit video. And then I could actually put the full version of the video onto my second channel, which is called a Trippy Boy Unedited for now. Or it's not called Trippy Boy Unedited for now. It's called a Trippy Boy Unedited. Period. For now, it's called that. Period. So that I have like the edited video. I have that. You know, I have the edited video. And so I can have that. It's more watchable. People are gonna watch more of it to understand. And I can say my points are more clear and everything. But then I have the unedited video on my second channel, so that the everything that I'm saying, the content that I'm saying, and whatever I'm saying, my points or what I'm saying, it's not completely lost. Like if somebody wanted to watch the unedited, if somebody wanted to, all the value of what I'm saying, even like the value of what I'm saying, the full unedited value of what I'm saying, because I think I am saying value is still able to be watched on my second channel because it's unedited. And by the way, I just got another notification from the Nextdoor app about a dog being lost or something, I think. And dude, why is that? Everybody keeps losing their freaking dogs. I need to start some organization, or I need to knock on people's doors or something, or start some group or something, all about. First of all, ooh, that's a good idea. Have an organization, have a group about finding lost dogs, dude. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about, of just amazing ideas, group ideas, or start things. Literally fucking connect with people. Have friends do this. Have like literally have get 3 or 4 friends together, dude. People who have friends, people who, and even if people don't have, it doesn't have to be like the absolute best types of friends. You don't have to be packed brother friends with anybody or whatever, or blood sister friends with, for the girls watching or whatever. It can just be some friends which you kind of hang out with, but friends who are also kind of down with this idea, or down with ideas like this. And there's so many different ideas like this, of varying intensities and varying levels of how much you want to put into this, and how much the members of your group want to put their focus or resources or time or energy or focus or money into it. Like you can do this. It's a variety of different ideas, and there's a variety of different ways to help, and different ways to organize, and different ways to have groups of, and different ways to help, and different ways to, start things, start companies, and start businesses, and start organizations, and start brotherhoods or sisterhoods, or human being hoods. The freaking Bloods and the Crips is a perfect example of this. Organizations, people coming together. Is it for the best types of reasons? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't know. But then again, I don't know much about the Bloods and the Crips. Maybe they're actually amazing people. Could it be? I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it's actually maybe the Bloods and the Crips are amazing organizations. I'm not sure. All I know, or all I'm pretty sure of, is the Bloods and the Crips. They're mostly black people and live in ghetto areas, I'm pretty sure. And the ghetto areas are probably don't have the best types of resources, and don't probably have the best types of people. But then again, I could be wrong on that. What if the ghetto I mean, because I'm always hearing about ghetto being horrible, you know, all these rap songs about the ghetto being horrible and all these whatever, and I'm always hearing this person got shot in the hood or something, or these are some gangsters in the hood. And so I'm like, okay, well, obviously the ghetto is bad and the gangsters are bad, but what if it really is everybody who lives in the ghetto and all these Bloods and Crips and all these gangsters are actually amazing people who start organizations and who don't break the law, or who break the law for good reason. Now, 99.99999 or 99% chance, or over 99% chance probably, that shit is untrue, and these people and the ghetto is actually not the best place to live, and these Bloods and Crips for the most part do acts that are selfish. And that makes sense because I see all these media YouTubers going into the hood and all these things, and I see media, hold on.